hi, sorry. I'm Rhett, and if there's any like background noises or something, sorry, I have a cold. And so this is Nick. He did a lot of the art, and he did all of the, well, he attached a lot of the things to our game and made it look good. And then Paul made a lot of the character design and a lot of the backgrounds. And then our programmer back here, Max, who is running the game currently, did all of the programming, and he made the game actually work. He was the backbone of this. And then I made all the levels and made the game actually function and made it what it is, made it complete, attached everything. So if we can start the game right now. Our character, this is basically a stealth game set in like medieval times where you are trying to steal a crown from the king. And our character right here, he can move around and stuff. We didn't have animation because we wanted to focus on the gameplay and things like that instead of making it so that it looked more pretty in that aspect. So you have the guards right here that move around on their own, and they have colliders that if they see you, they will actually run towards you super quickly. And if it turns around and sees them, you'll see that. And when you get hit, there is the death scene, which is basically like a 90s family picture montage. And that shows off all of our guards and enemies in the game. So we'll actually start again. And there's a dead guy in the corner there that you have to get the key from to go through that door in the corner. So, oh yeah, and you can also kill the guards. So once you pick up the key, you can actually open up the door and leave the room and go on to the next level. Our game has 3 levels overall. And here is a showcase of 2 of the different guards in the game. There's that guard right there, which cannot be killed with your throwing knife, which you have only 1 of per level. And you have to get through the door that he's guarding right now. So what you have to do instead of killing him right away, you have to actually go through the level and kill all the other guards. And then, so here's that first guard that we saw in the last level. But this guard up here, his name is Thomas, and he has a crossbow. And he can shoot you once every time you enter his sight range. So this guy, once you kill him from behind, you can actually enter the next level. And in our next level, we have the king, which is our boss for this game, and then you have 2 guards at the bottom, which you don't really have to mess with at all. They're just kind of there for no reason. And the king has different phases, so once you attack him 5 times, he actually will spawn a new guard, which this guard is basically just the guard from the first level of the guards on the bottom with a new sprite. And there we go. Okay, and then there's 1 more phase for the king, which you have to deal 5 more damage to do. And it's dagger rain, and it will rain daggers for approximately 5 seconds, and then you have to hide under there and avoid it. And then after that, you just have to kill the king. And he drops the crown, and then you win the game.
I'm going to start. I love the premise here. I do have one question. You say you haven't put the animation in yet because you wanted to focus on gameplay, which I think is great. Would the intention for animation be to convey better how to attack?
Yeah, we wish that we could have done that more, so.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to see if that was the intention.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, that was, I really liked it. I didn't have much beyond that.
Cool. I really like the artistic direction and the way that you guys tied it into your story, your story. As you guys were playing and explaining like what you have to do, I was thinking about like old school Flash, like Homestar Runner. This looks like a game that was made by the Cheat. Yeah, good job with that. And what's neat about that is that it allows you, or me as a game designer, to, sort of forgive a lot of like the communication things that weren't there because it looks like a game that's sort of made to troll you. So nice job putting that together. But likewise, you know, if you were trying to make a game that wasn't meant to frustrate people, you might want to put a little more communication of, you know, there's a key on the dead guy, or, you know, maybe you're supposed to explore this dead guy to get a key, or when you get the key, there's a little bit more of a feedback there saying, hey, you got the key. I don't know. But ultimately, yeah, I would say that the good things I really liked about it was it sort of matched the old broken internet, the old culture of the internet. And then I noticed there was also a little bit of physics. So, you know, you could fall and then there was gravity affecting you. It was pretty neat. And so I'd say that the main feedback I would give is that the art, I noticed there was some text sort of built into it. So art-wise, like the text was very blurry in a lot of places. And I think it was because as it stretched, it just sort of stretched the colors and stuff, so they bled a little bit. So, I mean, I would work on that, because that didn't really look like it was intentional. But otherwise, I liked it.
Thank you.
I'd agree about the controls a little bit, but I like the idea if it's going to be a stealth game and you have to go through and explore it and figure it all out yourself, and it's kind of a puzzler at the same time, it's kind of messing with you. I can see that being a good theme to go with, because I thought the same thing. I wanted to know how am I supposed to know about the dead guy and the key, but I can see going through and having to figure that out entirely on your own. Yeah, I like the old school feel of it too, and I did want to know a little more of the story. I'd like to know why I went after the king, what my purpose is to get there. But I can see you add all that in when the gameplay's working so well. And I definitely like the multiple stakes of the boss. That's not always something we'd see in a game for a demo like this, and to be able to see a boss who's been a little more thought through, it was good to see.
Yeah, we had a lot of scripts to actually make use of, so we just felt like putting them in there, so we put them as the boss.
The gameplay's fun.
Thank you.
All right, I'm a real big fan of the theme. I've been playing games for a long time, and I think you guys did a good job of bringing that pixely classic platforming style into there. I also thought it was funny how you had some fun with the death state and stuff like that. And also with regards to how the gameplay might be weakened a little bit because of not doing the theme, I'm generally fine with that, but I do think you want to focus on it in the areas that most affects gameplays, which would be the doors being pretty hard to see compared to everything else. You can't even really tell the doors are there, so when your character was going to it, I was like, where are they going with this key? Having the player, though, as laying there with a different color suggests this is a point of interest. So I actually thought that was one of the better parts of game design, because even if I don't know there's a key without telling me, I'm going to go to the one point of interest in here at some point to figure out how to get on. For me though, the boss is something that if you have these features in there, you kind of want to figure out how to lay them out in a way in which actually forces the player to go through a thought process on how to beat it. So you can't tell if the boss is vulnerable or invulnerable because it's just one sprite. So my thought would be just keep whacking it 15 times until it dies, and it may be able to do that. But if so, the player's going to feel very unrewarded having figured that out. So you do want, if you're going to do a boss, you want to take the time to figure out how you step the player through those phases and make it so it's not easy to cheese, as they say. Otherwise, I thought the game's theme was really clever and fun and well executed. It looks like you guys did a good job putting effort into it and using all the cool features that you guys had and working together as a team. It sounded like you guys collaborated pretty well and the results pretty obvious there. So nice work, guys.
Thank you. Okay, is that done?
That's all four of us.